Hello, and how are you doing? This is reality with DVD. And I just wanted to come on real quick to give my kind of evaluation again of what's happening with Motel, Hotel, and Melody Shree, formerly Holt. Okay. Shout out to Chief of TV because this is where everybody is getting their information. Now, if I hear someone says I got this from Chief from TV, I'm going straight to the source, okay? Because I want the original person that is gathering the information to get their credit. Not that anyone cares because my channel is way smaller than hers, but at the same time, that's what we do as a YouTube community if we have the right kind of camaraderie. Okay, I got to tell you now. The thing about it is I have been in the process, I told y'all I was about to get Invisalign, right? So I may sound different. I talk with a lisp. If I'm over here sounding like Anthony Latisse and Kim Pyle, it's because I have the Invisalign in, and my orthodontist told me not to take them out for anything other than he said eat, sleep, breathe in those aligners. And I was like, huh? I sound like I have a lisp. And I did not sound like that when I had my original braces. And by the way, don't let that commercial fool you, okay? These motherfuckers hurt, okay? So my mouth has been hurting, so that's why I have been kind of holding off on the videos. But this is the plan. I do plan on coming to you all with at least Salt Lake City and Zatima. And I'm trying to figure out which one I'm going to do first. But definitely Salt Lake City and Zatima at some point during the day. Now, back to Melody and Mr. Motel Hotel. Child. Okay, so Melody did get her stay. And this is what I'm talking about. That means that the court date was postponed. And I'm irritated because that mess was frivolous. Okay? Now let me say this to the content creators who are saying that they're doing a tit for tat. I disagree. Okay? Now let me tell you why I disagree. Melody took Motel Hotel to court because he didn't do the psych evaluation. He took her, he filed a NASI or court document stating that she is having an affair with the security guard. Those two don't equal each other. They don't match. It seems to me that she took them to court for the protection of the children. And it seems to me that he tried to take her to court because of ignorance and jealousy. Okay? Now, I don't know what Melody's problem was, but she should have taken him to court the first time she had to take groceries over there on his time. The first time she had to pay the electric bill. I don't know what's going on with the legal system there, but in this state, and people drag Mississippi, and I could tell you Mississippi law, in this state, you have to be able to financially provide for the children you have joint custody with. Let me say that again, because I believe some of y'all don't get it. You have to be able to financially provide for the children when you have custody of them. Now, let me just say this, and I can tell you about the foster care system because people are dragging the foster care system. when you take on the responsibility of being a foster parent, we all up in your business, okay? And when I say we, I mean DHS, because that's who I work for. We get all up in your business. We want to make sure that outside of those foster care payments, you can provide for those children because they become your children legally. And if you can't provide for them and you only are able to provide for them, because that's what happened with the foster care system. A lot of people were becoming foster parents just for the check. So in Mississippi, I don't know about other states, but in the state of Mississippi, to kind of counteract that, they made sure that a foster parent was at least able to financially secure their own household to make sure that those foster care or board payments go straight to the children. Now, let me repeat that. If you become a foster care parent in the state of Mississippi, yes, you do get a stipend. However, foster care payments and the board payments for the foster care children are supposed to go only to them. You're supposed to be able to feed your own ass. Okay? And that's the same thing that applies when there's a joint custody agreement. Both parents should be able to financially provide for the children. What was the judge thinking when he did not give Melody custody then? Now, if I'm not mistaken, okay, we got the psych eval, right? Then we have Melody taking him to court for the safety of the children. Now, is Melody putting their safety in jeopardy? How? How is Melody putting their safety in jeopardy when they're with their grandmother? If that's the case, like I said in my previous video, then you're putting their safety in jeopardy when you have them over there with your fence mouth teeth girlfriend or whatever y'all have going on. Because she don't like them. Okay? In my opinion. Now remember, everything is alleged in my opinion. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified when I upload a video. In my opinion, this woman does not like them. And it's not because she doesn't like them as people. A dislike has developed because she sees how they are living. Now, you can't deny that, okay? Motel cannot provide the same lifestyle that Melody can. I don't care what any content creator says that these children need their father. He's not able to provide for them financially the same way Mel does. And a lot of times in those relationships like that, the paramour, because she can't provide the same lifestyle for her children, becomes envious of these children. Okay? And that's obvious because the child that she has is a sibling of these children and they are not being provided for equally. So that's a factor. Holt'S is also jealous because he thinks in his mind that all of his children, all 5 of them, should have the same lifestyle. Excuse me, the Pharaohs are here. File break. That's another reason why I'll be probably trying to figure out how to film around them and their noisy behinds. But, I said even though, it's a female and a male type situation, it's no longer a situation where only females provide for the children. I had a personal situation where the mother had to pay child support. But hell, that does not matter because she was, in my opinion, unfit. So there you go. The father had full custody, so she paid willingly. And both of them were what? Gainfully employed. Okay. Matter of fact, she was a nurse. Motel, hotel, pass that business, builder's license, okay? So, moving right along. How can you see this as an even playing field when the things that Melody is taking him to court for is for the safety of the children? Who she's sleeping with? Like I said, if that's the case, that does not equate. Because if that's the case, then the children are unsafe with you, Motel, McNutt, Hotel, because your situation don't like them. Can you keep children safe 100% of the time? Absolutely not. Why? Because they are children and they're wild as them buck deers. Did I say deers? Oh my goodness. I added an S to deers. Deer, excuse me. They are as wild as buck deer. But I think these damn teeth are making me add S's to stuff. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the teeth. Again, excuse this. Anyway, as I was saying, and I'm trying to speak as clearly as I possibly can, and I can barely open my mouth. My teeth are killing me. Okay, so what I was saying was, it has to be a balance. You cannot provide safety for children 100% of the time because they get into things. And even at the age of 12, I think Mariah is 12. And even at the age of 12, she probably does things to get herself in trouble. That's what the point of having reliable care is. And so how is it unsafe to be around their grandmother or their uncle? Or uncle that you didn't mind keeping them when you were married to her. But now all of a sudden, it's okay for Marlene to keep them. Is your mama, let me ask you this, Motel Hotel, is Muscatel Marlene, is she on that night train when you have those kids on? Because we know Miss Van is not. But is Muscatel Marlene drinking on that muscadine wine when you take those children over there? Now, now, even on camera, she be looking a little tipsy. I'm just keeping it real with you, okay? I'm just saying. So then you have that to factor in. What is really going on with this judge? All he granted her was a stay. If I was the judge and my judge would have been like, I've already said, no, you didn't come in here with this foolishness. You better get out of my court with this foolishness. You sound like a fool, okay? And like I said, what I'm most afraid of is that if this continues, they bring in a mediator and then either give the children to one of the grandmothers or give the children to the state. That's what I don't want to happen. So Motel Hotel needs to come. He doesn't understand. He got a little few screws loose, I believe. And nobody is making fun of mental health, okay? We all have our challenges with mental health, okay? I suffered from extreme anxiety once I went into the hospital and had, my potassium dropped. I don't know. I must have been fearing, impending doom because, that was a life-threatening situation. So no one is making fun of the mental health system. It's when you as a parent, Motel Hotel, doesn't take it seriously and self-diagnosis yourself and say, well, I don't need it, when the courts have assigned it to you. Now, this is not a tit for tat situation Because one situation is clearly putting the children at more risk, because if the courts deem you to have possible mental illness, then you are the one who's putting the children at risk. And I still don't understand this part of it for the life of me. Why hasn't those children been given to their mother full time when this man is clearly bucking the system? It makes no sense to me. And I just wanted to come on and say, this is not tit for tat, Shanita. They're not doing it to each other. It's not an even playing field. Okay? Melody clearly is taking him to court for safety concerns. The paramour may be harming the children. The paramour disparages the mother. The paramour has a child that clearly mistreats them, allegedly. The father does not provide for them financially. Versus, you can't have no dates. You can't have overnight company. How is that harming the children? If they see mama kissing Santa Claus, how is that harming the children? That's not harming them. Not physically, maybe a little psychologically or emotionally, because they prefer to have their parents together. That's going to be them for the rest of their lives, probably. The prime example is over there on Bold and Beautiful. Stephanie, little Steph, she looks crazy every time that show comes on. I don't know why I'm on another subject, but I don't know why they continue to let that grown-ass woman over there on Bold and Beautiful act like she want her parents together. That storyline drives me nuts every time I see it. Every time I see it. But these are children we're talking about. And children are going to, because they remember what it was like to have both of their parents together. Right? But what Motel Hotel is going to do, if these children keep seeing him talk about their mother and talk about their mother in public, like he does, it's gonna come down on him. And it's not gonna be pretty. Especially with him denying Sugar Mama. You be careful what you wish for. Okay? How's that even? That's not an even playing field. Has Melody ever got on a national syndicated, whatever Tasha K is, show and say, he ain't my baby daddy? When Wanda and Melody were about to go toe to toe, you stood in alliance with Melody because you knew that she was sounding like a fool. But you couldn't tell the full story because you questioned her paternity yourself. And in so many words, or I don't know, maybe she just came right out and said it. I think she did. I think Wanda just came right out and said, I got that from Motel Hotel. And now you want to protect the child and it's not yours? If you didn't think the child was yours, why are you going to court over what you consider corporal punishment of Sugar Mama? Now, if Melody is giving her a little 1-2 tap, tap, tap with the belt, with her hand, with a switch, I'm pretty sure that you sleeping with and making a child damn near her age will psychologically affect her more than a 1-2 tap, tap. I'm pretty sure with you allegedly punching Tank, trying to make him tough and not make him gay like his uncle, I'm pretty sure that the whop, whop, whop that you gave him, which caused you to be out of sync with him for 58 days, was much worse than a 1-2 tap tap. You all did not agree that there would not be any punishment for these children. No court is going to take children away. And I'm sorry for those of you who don't believe in spanking. No court is going to take a child away from a parent that spanks. Spanking is different from strong arm punishment or abuse. That's very different. And the court sees it as such. Sorry. Because in DHS custody, I can give you examples of DHS custody. And when a child is in DHS custody, there is no spanking. There is no whippings. None of that is allowed, only because those children have been through so much. However, if a foster to adopt parent ends up fully adopting a foster child, guess what? Once our hands is off as DHS representatives, we always let them know, at this time, whatever punishment you deem to be effective, you can start to use, because the state is no longer responsible for this child. You are that child's parent legally. And your form of discipline, if that is spanking, you can start to do so. Not hot sauce, because you'll have them back in DHS, because no hot sauce, no soap in the mouth. And that's all degrading, okay? And poisonous. Don't forget that. No, sock in the shoulder. No pinning down. No body slams. No bruises. That is a snooze. That is very different from spankings. That is very different from a tap, tap, 1-2. Now, I admit that I do spank my children. But I count the number of lashes or whoops or spanking or whatever that I give them. I count them in my head. I make sure that I never go over 4 or 5. Or I start with 3 or 2. It's just a matter of which one is most effective. Now, if I see that up to 4 is not working, then we go to the naughty page. Because I don't want there to be a situation where there's marks left behind, or a situation where they fear me. The reason why I spank is to correct behavior. And nobody told Motel Hotel that he couldn't spank the children. What they told him is that you can't abuse the children. There definitely is a difference. And I do know that there are parents out there who feel like it's all abuse, but it's not. I've seen it, okay? I've seen it in my profession. I can see the difference in a child that just been spanked and the difference between a child that was abused. It's not all the same. Trust me. Okay? It's not the same. Because if you are hitting someone to leave marks behind, then that is very different than spanking someone. Now, I'm not going to even deny, my mother barely even laid a hand on me. But when she did, we'll get weapons. Even that I don't want to see on my children. Okay? And so people can say, well, you don't whip hard enough because it's not effective. Yeah, but I'm not whipping them to make marks. I'm whipping them to give them direction and guidance. And that's where a lot of us, as especially African Americans, have gotten confused, because we think that it's supposed to hurt them or harm them in order to correct the behavior. That's my opinion. That's my opinion as a former social worker as well. Okay. Now, in essence, I don't believe this is a tit for tat situation. I strongly believe that Mel only takes them to court when the children's safety is at question. I damn sure have never heard her take him to court because, he has women that have all, by the way, been around these children. And right on down to that fake relationship with Sheree. Now remember, she admitted on the show that she loved Motel Holt'S kids. Isn't there a picture out there floating where Sheree was at a dinner or something with the children? Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But all I'm saying is, if Jason and Melody, other than the fact that he may be married, and I still don't know the facts on that yet, other than the fact that he may be married, if Jason and Melody, this is an if, small word, big meaning, if they have a relationship, how is it that Motel Hotel wants her to avoid having male relationships when he has female relationships all up and through? Make that make sense. It doesn't. It's going to have to be a time when the judge is going to have to say, man, you got to stay out this woman's business. That is part of the problem. You are in her business, her personal business. If it does not concern the children directly, you need to back up, my nigga. Now, I'm not sure the judge is going to say that, but that's me talking. But anyway, as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Before I do, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button, and you will be notified when I upload a video. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for increasing my subscriber content or whatever. My subscribers have gone up about, I think the thing said 5%. So that is wonderful, because I was stuck at 1370 something forever. So I think I'm at 1390 something in there. And so I just want you to know that I appreciate you for hitting that little like button and hitting that little subscribe button. Again, it doesn't cost you anything but a little half of a millisecond before you watch the video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And with that, I'm going to close and chunk them up as I do. Deuces.